Welcome to the channel. It's Friday night and I've got to get a video ready for tomorrow. I've been doing a lot of cabs, slabbing a lot of machine, using my slabbing machine a lot. I've slabbed out a whole bunch of the chalcedony that I picked up on Red Hill a couple weeks, almost a month ago. You guys saw the video of that. Let me grab some water and we'll wet some of those up. I'll show you some of the insides of what I've got. And then we've got this piece of turquoise composite that I picked up in Tucson. We're gonna make a cab out of that and make one that'll fit for a bolo. I've got some bolo blanks that we can put together. So anyway, let me grab some water and then you guys can see some of the banding of some of the stuff that we found. Okay, here we go. Move some of the stuff out of the way and let's look at this piece first. This is a little nodule I found. This is probably one of the better banded ones, but when I sliced it, this is the banding that ran through that little nodule. So that one turned out pretty cool. Next one, this little piece here, and I slabbed off the end of that. It's got some white and some banding around the edges of it. So that one turned out all right. And then I've got this piece, which has just a little bit of banding in it. So not as much character as I'd like to see in it, but it's got a little bit. It's got a fracture through the middle of it that's been healed. So anyway, here's another of the little nodules, and this is what I found with that. Up on the top of the hill we found this one, which when I slabbed into it, this one's the one that I said would be interesting. This is the piece that I saw, the interesting little triangle in the back, and it has some banding and a quartz pocket right in the middle of it. So this is, and it has some fractures and stuff going through it as well. So that's, and it runs all the way through, clear to the front. So there's a few more that could be slabbed out of that. Let's see, what else do I have over here? A lot of it was just pink, you know, there wasn't much to show in it. And this one was more gray, but again, not a lot in it. Here was a little fun piece that I picked up. Don't know if I showed this one when I picked it up on camera, but that was kind of a fun piece up there. So there was a piece of jasper that I picked up. It's kind of black and red, and that's the inside. It's really dark with some oranges. So, and then there was the really large piece. Where did I hide it? Then there was this large piece. It was about that big to begin with. I've slabbed quite a bit off of it. It's the one that I said, you know, if this isn't trying to be a jasper, I don't know. It definitely had become jasper. So this is that piece. Dark on the bottom and little white flecks on the top. I've slabbed a bunch of this. I've cabbed some of it, and it looks really good when it's cabbed. It polishes and shines up really nice. Anyway, that's pretty much the gist of what I found up there. So let's get into what we're going to do today. Make a slab, and not a slab, but a cabochon out of this turquoise. So we're going to need an oval shape that matches this little setting piece that I've got, or something that's pretty close to it. Those ovals don't mesh up very well. Let's see if I've got something on here. Those are the same ovals. Let's try one more template. See if we've got don't look like I've got the exact. So what we'll do is we'll shape it to this oval, and then we'll fit it right into the piece. So look at this. There's some inclusions here on this bottom edge, and they show through on the back side too. So I'm going to avoid those for now. I'll deal with them later. So this turquoise looks like it has pyrite. Mixed in with the black epoxy that they've glued together with it. So anyway, we're going to go to the slab saw. We'll slab that out, get it close to size, and then we'll hit the cabbing machines. So we've got it on a dot stick and we're ready to start shaping it. Here we go. Oh boy, that's gonna be interesting to see, isn't it? Turn the water up to see if we can flush that as we shape it. Interesting. Okay, so we know that we've oversized this on the widths. The height's close. So we're just going to have to start coming in here and bring them in on the sides a little at a time and leave the ends alone for now. You're going to send that bottom flare. Don't need it right now. Using an 80 grit wheel, which is taking it off pretty aggressively for this material. We're getting close. We're just going to keep grinding and fitting. We're almost there. We'll get rid of some of that side. I've got a bevel going. Need to get rid of a little bit of that bevel. The reason I've got a little bit of bevel going, I've got so much thickness here. If I overcut this thing, I can grind it down just a little bit and save it so I don't have to start over again. So looks like we've just got from here to here, which is on the end. Pretty close. Okay, so I'm going to move to the 100 or the 220 grit wheel. And then we're going to go around this real easy. Take out some of those scratch marks. And we're probably going to work the ends just a little bit more. So close, so close. We're just going to creep up on it, nice and easy. Don't want to take off too much and have a big old gap. Don't want to force it in there and break something. Still taking off that angle. Okay, that's pretty much it. That's pretty tight. So now that bottom is all the right size. Now we need to change the dop stick because that's the bottom of the piece. We need to make where the dop stick is the top of the piece. So I'm going to get rid of all that bevel now because I know it's all right. And start to reverse the bevel. Flatten the bottom of it really well. Okay, I'm just going to hit this bottom edge. And we're going to roll that outside edge just a little bit there. And we're going to try it one more time before I It's in there pretty nice. We got so much height. I think I'm going to split it and make two out of it. So I'm going to cut this right in half and we'll dop this end up. But I'm going to make two cabs out of this. Otherwise, it's going to stand out. It's going to be massively huge, which I don't think that looks very good if I leave it that thick. So I'm going to cut it in half. We'll dop it with this end on the bottom and come back. Okay, we're re-dopped up. We got the bottom on the bottom now, and you can see there's a bit of an outward flare. We need an inward flare, so we're going to address that first. This light, what I'm aiming for is just want to touch the edge of that bottom cab to the wheel, no more. Starting to get close. I can see I've got a line right about that far down where really good lights help. And we should be. The other thing I'm using the inside part of my wheel, and this wheel is pretty worn out. The center, not worn out, but it is more used in the center. Okay, I can fit this, make sure, pretty sure it's going to fit in there. Yep, and it should be loose a little bit because it's angled towards the center now. So now I can begin to put my dome on this piece. Grinding an angle, probably about a 45-degree angle. Working down to where I'm probably a 1/16 of an inch tall girdle is my aim. That's about how high those little loops are on the piece that we're going to crimp down to hold this in place. Okay, that's probably good. Now I'm going to change my angle, and we're going to work in about halfway what I've ground. Whoop. I knew that. I pushed it. I knew that was going to come off. I just had a feeling. So anyway, go back and redop and then hit this again. Alright, let's give this another shot. Finish putting the dome on this. Pretty soft material. It's coming off really fast on this 220 grit reel. My next two wheels, 280 and 600, they're brand new wheels. I've made about, I don't know, 10 cabochons with them out of agate. Trying to get them broke in. They've still got a ways to go. So we're going to find out real quick. Soft as this is, may not be able to, may have to skip over to 1200 grit wheel to shape these. So anyway, give it a shot. Yeah, I can't push in very hard to conform these, so I need to really keep them moving to try to take some of that. There's the solid wheels away, so I think that's as much as I'm going to do on that one. We'll go ahead and move over to this 600. Get some polish out of this. Yeah, I think we're gonna do most of our final shape on this 1200 grit mill, which is okay. See if we can get it to smooth out. Yeah, we're still able to shape it. I can see some of that black coming off on this wheel, so that's good. Yeah, we can push in on that foam wheel. Got removing a lot of material, so that's better. Much better. Yeah, those two need some more breaking in before I use them on the softer material. So we'll work on that this weekend, do some more cabin and see if we can soften them up, get them a little bit more profile, or get the diamonds a little more uniform on the face so that they'll work the way I want them to. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and move to the next. We'll roll it, push it, and then get some nice polish on it. I'll get rid of all them little scratches. All right. That's our piece of turquoise all polished up, ready to set. Let's go over and set up the vise and everything we need to do to put this in its setting and call this one done. Okay, I've decided that I want to put this in this one instead. They're the same size, so that didn't matter. Didn't have to make any adjustments, but I wanted to get a little bit better, or a little more complementary with all the black in there. I figured the black on the outside of this would look pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and set this. And I'm just going to go opposite sides and push these each over. Now I've got the stone pinned in. I can just go around, push each one of those down until that stone is right where I want it to be. And that's it. She's all set. So now we just need to put the strings on it and the tassels, and this is one finished bolo. Looks pretty good. So, all right, we'll get the strings in the back and the tassels, the end caps on it, and then we'll come back and take some pictures. And appreciate you guys sticking this video through and watching to the end.